Welcome to the deep dive. We sift through, well, piles of really fascinating source material to pull out the absolute gold for you. So today, let's chew on this idea. What if the big life changes year after year to self? A dream job, maybe amazing health, or that really fulfilling relationship, what if they could actually start showing up? Well, some sources we looked at suggest in maybe just 48 hours. Or like 3 really focused days. Yeah, seriously. We're jumping right into these pretty revolutionary concepts from people like Dr. Joe Dispenza and others. We're exploring how your brain, your thoughts, they aren't just watching the show. Nope, they're actually like building the reality you experience. Our mission today, cut through all the jargon, grab the most powerful nuggets, the most practical steps from these YouTube talks with Dr. Dispenza, plus this really interesting article about how manifestation actually works mechanically. This isn't just theory, okay? It's more like a starting guide, a blueprint to kickstart some real change.
It really is. And, it sounds almost maybe too simple at first. But the core idea is incredibly empowering. It's this. You are genuinely greater than you think you are, way more powerful than you realize, and honestly more unlimited than you could probably even dream. The foundational belief here is that, yes, you are the creator of your life. And look, this isn't woo-woo magic talk. It's actually based on how your brain functions, how your thoughts literally construct your reality. Think about it for a second. Your current life, right? Your job, your relationships, your health, every single bit of it started as a thought, didn't it? An idea, maybe a belief you held. And from that little seed, that thought came actions, choices, which led you right here to this moment. So if thoughts built this reality, well, it stands to reason that changing your thoughts consciously gives you immense power to shape your future. It's logical, really.
Okay, but here's the part that always gets me, like, it makes my own brain do a little flip. Your brain, it actually doesn't know the difference between what's happening out there in the world and what you're vividly imagining in here. Is that right? So if we can think something so vividly, so, I don't know, feelingly, and connect it with the emotion of already having it, are we basically telling our whole body, our whole system, okay, this is real now? How does that even work biologically?
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And it's not just a nice idea. This is grounded in some pretty deep neuroscience. Every thought you have, every single word you say to yourself, it's not just gone. It actually fires and wires specific networks of neurons in your brain. And the more you repeat a thought, the stronger that connection gets. You're literally, physically rewiring your brain.
Yeah.
But wait, it goes deeper because every thought also kicks off a biochemical reaction. Instantly. Think about fear that thought hits and bam, your body floods with stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, and that negative self-talk, I'm not good enough. That's not just background noise. Over time, you can actually change how your genes are expressed, mess with your immune system. Your body starts expecting trouble. It can literally become, as the sources say, addicted to these negative emotional states. It starts craving that familiar hit of stress or worry.
Wow. Okay. So our bodies can get hooked on our own internal negativity just based on what we're thinking over and over. Yeah, that's kind of intense. A bit scary, actually.
It is intense, but here's the flip side, the really hopeful part. Your brain, it's incredibly adaptable. Neuroplasticity, right? We hear that term a lot.
Yeah.
The brain can physically change, form new connections. What Dispenza and others really emphasize is how we can consciously direct that change. You are absolutely not stuck with those old negative pathways. You can build new ones. And the key ingredient for doing that, it's combining clear, focused thought with emotion, with feeling. When your thoughts and feelings line up, when they're coherent, your heart and brain literally start working in perfect synchrony.
Perfect synchrony, like literally in sync, like musicians playing together.
Exactly like that. It creates this measurable state of harmony, what the sources call a powerful state of coherence. And guess what happens then? Stress hormones drop. And your body starts producing what they call the chemicals of possibility. Think dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, endorphins, the good stuff.
Ah, okay. So those are the chemicals that make you feel joy, connection, reward.
Precisely.
Yeah.
They make it easier to stay in that positive state, reinforcing the very future you're trying to create. Your body starts to feel like that future is already happening.
That's fascinating. So it's not just thinking happy thoughts. It's like you're tuning your internal chemistry to match the thought, making the feeling real first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And connecting this to the bigger picture.
Mm.
The sources really hammer this point. Your thoughts are energy, and energy affects matter. That's a fundamental concept. So when your self-talk aligns with your emotions, when you achieve that internal coherence that heart-brain synchrony Dispenza suggests, you literally become a quantum creator.
Yeah.
Your focused intention, boosted by strong emotion, creates this specific electromagnetic signature. And according to these sources, that signature interacts with the quantum field, drawing similar experiences to you. It's like sending out a clear signal.
Okay, quantum creator, quantum field, that can sound a little out there for some people. How do the sources explain that electromagnetic signature? Is it just a metaphor, or is there something more tangible happening?
That's a fair
Yeah.
question. And it's important. They stress it's not magic. It's about understanding energy.
Yeah.
Everything's energy, right?
Yeah.
Including thoughts. So while the physics of the quantum field is, complex, the practical idea is this. When you get into a coherent state, strong thoughts, strong mashing emotion, your signal becomes much clearer, much more powerful than when you're feeling scattered or conflicted. Think of it like tuning a radio. A clear signal gets a clear reception. You're changing your energetic broadcast. And this isn't just mental. It happens down to the cellular level. Your cells literally have receptors that respond to those chemicals we talked about, the dopamine, the serotonin. Positive self-talk, positive feelings, they increase your cellular frequency, leading towards optimal cellular function. Huh. And some of the research cited is just, wow. It suggests that in as little as 7 days of focused practice, people's biology completely changes. We're talking brain function, heart coherence, even the expression of genes linked to things like cancer suppression and neurogenesis. That's the brain growing new neurons.
7 days. Changing your biology in a week. That is incredibly fast. Okay, so if our thoughts and emotions really are this powerful, if they can rewire us down to our cells, the big question is, how do we actually do it? How do we harness this?
Right. How do we make it practical?
Yeah, how do we turn this amazing science into like actual changes in our day-to-day lives?
Well, thankfully, the sources don't just leave us with the theory. They lay out a pretty clear, actionable plan, sometimes framed as a 48-hour kickstart, sometimes a 3-day immersion, to really begin this shift.
Okay, let's get into that practical side then, because knowing the science is one thing, but doing it is another. This isn't just wishful thinking, right? It sounds like it requires real conscious effort, deliberate self-talk, intentional focus. So first thing you mentioned, get crystal clear. You absolutely have to know exactly what you want. No fuzzy goals.
Right. Vague doesn't work.
No. The sources are clear. Your brain needs a target. So not just, I want more money, it needs to be detailed, specific. I want to earn $5,000 this month from my coaching business. Something like that. Then you close your eyes and you imagine you already have it, see it, feel it, taste it. Make it real in your mind.
And that vagueness is a huge stumbling block, isn't it? Like the sources point out, if you're not specific, that electromagnetic signature we talked about, it's weak, it's fuzzy. It doesn't have the power to really connect with anything in the quantum field.
Exactly. Which flows right into step 2, and this feels like maybe the most critical part. Feel the emotion of the future now. It's not just thinking about it. It's generating the feeling, the joy, the excitement, the gratitude as if it's already yours. Remember those chemicals of possibility? Dopamine, serotonin. When you genuinely feel those future emotions, you're bathing your body in them right now. You're changing your state.
Emotions are the body's language.
Yeah, that's how you remember your future, as Dispenza puts it. Your body gets a taste of it and starts to believe it's real. Okay, third, embody and act like the future you. So ask yourself, how would the version of me who already has this thing? How would they behave? What choices would they make today? And then, this is crucial, take inspired action. Listen to your intuition. Act on that little nudge, that gut feeling. Even small steps count. Like if you want love, the sources say, don't just visualize, actually go out or meet people. Put yourself in the path of opportunity.
Yes, that action piece is so important. It bridges the inner world with the outer world. A lot of people get stuck just visualizing, right? But the sources warn, visualizing but not acting is a major reason things don't manifest. The action is you cooperating with the universe, showing you're serious.
Makes sense. Okay, fourth, master your self-talk and tackle limiting beliefs. This means paying super close attention to the words you use, especially internally. Instead of, I want to be successful, start saying, I am successful. And you've got to actively challenge those old ingrained beliefs. I'll never be rich. Love isn't for me, whatever your flavor is. Remember, those beliefs, they're just thoughts you've practiced into habits. You literally strengthen those neural pathways, but you can weaken them and build new ones.
You absolutely can rewire them. It takes conscious effort, but it's possible.
Fifth, cultivate gratitude. This comes up again and again. Gratitude apparently is like high-octane fuel for this whole process.
Well,
Be genuinely thankful for what you have now and also for what you know is coming.
Yeah.
Let that feeling really fill you up. It shifts your energy towards abundance.
it really does. It's a powerful frequency.
Yeah. Sixth, lock in a consistent daily practice. Like that 3-day structure mentioned in the sources. This is about reinforcing those new pathways, making the new state your default. So the breakdown looks something like this. Morning ritual. First 20 minutes after waking, before the day grabs you. Hand on heart, whisper powerful statements. Today I step into my new reality. Or every cell in my body is waking up to new possibilities. Your brain is apparently super receptive then. Afternoon boost. Around 2-4 p.m. maybe? Reconnect for 5 minutes. Say your declarations again, but this time, add some movement. Walk purposefully. Get your body involved. Catch and redirect. This is ongoing. All day long, be vigilant. The second you catch yourself thinking or saying, I can't, it's too hard, stop playing. Immediately replace it. I am capable. I figure things out. You're actively retraining your inner voice. Evening wind down. Between 7-9 p.m., find 15 quiet minutes. Hand on heart again. Review any small wins from the day. Feel gratitude. Feel anticipation for your goal. They say this is vital for neural consolidation, locking in the changes while you sleep. Journaling. Maybe keep a notebook handy. Write down the negative thought you caught, then write the positive replacement right next to it. Look at it before bed. Actively overwrite the old program.
That consistency is everything. It's like training a muscle. You don't go to the gym once and expect results.
Right. Okay, 7th. Manage your environment and attention. This is huge. Surround yourself with things, images, and especially people who support your vision. Limit exposure to negativity, whether it's news, social media, or Debbie Downer friends. Where does your attention go? Possibilities or problems. Be ruthless about it.
Your attention is your power. Where you place it, energy flows.
8th, and yeah, this one can be tough, let go of the house. Stop trying to figure out every single step. Don't micromanage the universe. Focus intensely on the what, your clear desire, and the why, your powerful emotion. Trust that the how will show up. Inspired action, synchronicity, it unfolds.
The how is the universe's job, essentially. Your job is the what and the why and the feeling.
9th, embrace the discomfort and ditch perfectionism. Okay, when you start this, your body, your old self might fight back. It might feel weird, uncomfortable, totally fake even. You might think, who am I kidding?
That resistance often shows up.
But the sources say that resistance is actually a good sign. It's like proof that you're changing. The labor pains of your new self being born, one source called it. So lean into it and don't wait to be perfect. Take messy, imperfect action. Because progress is progress, even if it's not flawless.
Imperfect progress is still progress. Absolutely. Waiting for perfection is just procrastination.
And finally, 10th. This one feels foundational. Forgive. Holding on to old resentments, grudges against others or yourself, it ties up so much energy. It anchors you to the past you're trying to leave behind. Practice forgiveness. Let it go. Free up that energy to create the new.
Forgiveness is really about freeing yourself, isn't it? Reclaiming your energy for your future.
Exactly. Now, I know some people listening might be thinking, okay, I've heard versions of this. I've tried manifesting, visualization, and it just didn't work for me.
That's a valid point. It is. And the sources we looked at actually address those common pitfalls directly. Why does it sometimes seem not to work? Well, often, as we said, you're not specific enough. The signal is weak. Or maybe you hold limiting beliefs subconsciously that are fighting against your conscious desire. You want wealth, but deep down you believe rich people are greedy or I don't deserve it. Mixed signals again.
Right. Or maybe you're visualizing but not taking any action, just sitting on the couch hoping the universe delivers.
Yeah, that's a big one. Another is being focused on lack and frustration more than abundance. If you spend all day noticing what you don't have, feeling frustrated by it, guess what energy you're broadcasting?
The energy of lack, which just attracts more lack. Ouch.
Exactly. And finally, sometimes it's impatience, expecting instant results instead of trusting the process. Change takes the time it takes. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it unfolds gradually. You have to stay committed to the feeling, regardless of the timeline.
You know, what really lands for me in all this, what the sources seem to emphasize, is that idea of being addicted to the emotions of the past. It's like we get comfortable feeling stressed or worried or unworthy, and so many of us wait for something outside to change before we let ourselves feel good inside. We wait for the money to show up before feeling abundant, or the relationship before feeling loved. But that's completely backwards, isn't it?
It's totally backwards, according to this model. The practice is about generating the feeling first. Feeling abundant before the money arrives, feeling loved before the partner shows up. You're training your body, your emotional state, to match the future you want, thereby drawing it to you.
Retraining our emotional default setting.
Precisely. And when you start doing this, the effects aren't just personal, they ripple outwards. Biologically, we touched on this in just days, your physical health can improve. Heart function, gene expression, you literally become healthier. Relationally, you show up differently, your energy changes, and people feel it. People will begin to respond to you in new ways. It's almost inevitable. And for parents, this is huge.
Children have mirror neurons. They absorb and model the behaviors, the emotional states of their caregivers. If a parent is constantly stressed or anxious, that can literally program the child's beliefs about safety and possibility in the world.
Wow, that's a heavy responsibility.
It is, but also an incredible opportunity. Showing up as an example, embodying the change. You want to see, the sources call it the fast track to enlightenment for both parent and child. And thinking about goals. While money is okay, it's often cited as the lowest form of motivation if it's only about the money. The real power, the highest form of motivation, comes from having a mission, a purpose larger than yourself, serving others, contributing something meaningful.
That makes sense. It gives the why more power.
Exactly. And ultimately, maybe the biggest impact is escaping that feeling of victimhood. Overcoming the belief that someone in their outer world or some condition is controlling their feelings, controlling their thoughts, reclaiming that power, realizing you control your internal state regardless of external conditions. That, according to these sources, is the foundation of true health and true wealth.
So just to be clear for everyone listening, this isn't about pretending negative emotions don't exist, right? It's not about toxic positivity.
Not at all.
It's okay to feel doubt, fear, frustration. Those are human. It's about acknowledging them when they come up. Okay, I feel scared right now. Feeling it briefly, but then consciously choosing to redirect your focus back to your vision, back to the feeling of your desired future. It's redirection, not suppression.
Exactly. Acknowledge, don't wallow, then pivot back to your intention.
So the takeaway here is pretty profound. You have this incredible power, backed by science apparently, to reshape your brain, literally rewrite aspects of your biology and reconstruct your reality. And it can start faster than you might think. Your new reality, it's waiting. It's just waiting for you to tune into its frequency with focused intention and sustained emotion.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with, connecting all these dots. What if you decided right now to believe that you are wealth rather than constantly chasing it? What if you truly internalize that the overcoming process is the becoming process? That pushing through the discomfort, maintaining that intentional energy, even when you don't feel like it, that is the work. That sustained effort, that consistency is what allows you to become anything.
Wow. The overcoming is the becoming. That's powerful. It means the challenges aren't obstacles. They're actually part of the transformation itself. Okay, your new self is calling. Maybe the first step is just deciding to answer that call right now. Your new reality is ready when you are.
Thanks for watching True Talk Podcast.
And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.
See you in next video.